Hello, my name is Alicia, and I'll be talking about Chapter 10, which is discussing marriage and family. I learned quite a few things. First of all, what is marriage? Well, marriage is a legally and socially sanctioned union of two, or I guess, doesn't, we'll get to that, of partners in who are sexually intimate adults. If you have just two partners, that's called monogamy. But if you have more than two, it's polygamy. The United States is known for monogamy, that's the culture. However, in other countries, their practice is polygamy. And what I learned from the textbook was that countries that practice polygamy are typically countries that don't allow women to have too much independence or have a voice in politics and work in whatever jobs that they want. And I thought that was interesting because I could never like enjoy a life where I don't have my own like independence. It would it would it would feel wrong, like I'm being closed in and controlled. And I frankly just don't enjoy being controlled. So I wouldn't thrive there. And I would choose monogamy. And moving on, what does marriage include? Well, you have your finances, but it's not just you anymore, it's you and someone else or multiple people, whatever you choose. And that's an economic choice. It helps with the burden of owning and creating a family of your own. Uh, yeah, two people or more in a marriage typically have to share their finances. Common residence, so having the one place that you guys can cohabit. But cohabitance is something we'll talk about in a second. But you do share one place or multiple places, but together. It's common for the two of you, or the for you and whomever you decide to be with. And sexual fidelity, so having this intimate connection with people or this person in your life. Um, I guess infidelity, which is like the opposite, is when you have like sex with people who are not your partners. I guess that's called cheating. And then also you have your shared responsibility of children. So when you have children, you have the responsibility of keeping them fed, making sure they're happy and healthy, and growing up in a nice, respectable household, learning how to adapt to their environment when they leave to be on their own. And um, well, there's also this stigma of if marriage is the right thing to do. Do people like feel that marriage is still the traditional um, means of having the optimum lifestyle? No, it's decreasing. Marriage is becoming less of a wanted goal or need. For some people, most people, they would rather cohabit, um, which is like marriage being in a relationship. However, this is not legal. Like, not that it's illegal, but it's not like written and like documentation. It's just, well, two people who are in a sexually intimate relationship and are adults um, living in the same space and still treating their relationship as a marriage. I guess for in the textbook I saw that this is also kind of pre-marriage, feeling up how the other person lives and what the bond you guys create will be before, signing the papers saying that you guys are legally bind and together, married in a union. Some people choose this because of, well, comfort. I wrote this somewhere. I just cannot find it. But regardless, polygamy, on the other hand, I guess we'll go back into polygamy. Um, Again, some women, like women, are typically at the disadvantage because men hold the power of choosing the women that they want in their lives as their wives, and some disadvantages include, and are not limited to, unhappiness, loneliness, jealousy, and a sense of competition, obviously, because you're having to fight for attention from one person against like other people, other women. And so, how do people cope? How do women cope? And what the textbook showed me was that some believe in God and it being God's will that these women have to share this one man, this one person. And I thought that was so interesting because religion is super huge in a lot of different cultures. And I wonder if God is being like is the factor in these women's lives. I wonder if this is a beneficial thing or if it's only aiding in like further confusion and I don't know, delusion. But that's not my place to question anything, rather, I guess. Moving forward, I'll talk about one more thing that I wrote down. And I will talk about diversity and modern family structures. So there's more than just your heterosexual marriage, there's same-sex marriage, there's step families, single family homes, and childless marriages. And this is what's contributing to the ever-changing marriage viewpoint, right? Because like your traditional marriage is where you have two parents, one is a woman and the other is a man, and you have two or more children. And the man is the breadwinner, the worker, the one that supports the family with money economically. And it's changing because, well, some people just don't want children, and some women or men have children but don't have like a significant other, so they're raising them on their own. And you have step families who take in foster children that were not theirs originally, and like adoption, and then also same sex. So like genders, like women with women like wives having children, or men, two men having children, or vice, like yeah, and other genders having children. And that's what's contributing to the changing view of marriage. So that's what I gained. Thank you.